Okay, Sarah, let's give this a try. So this is the graph of the function that we're working on in this problem. And let's say that I want to find this minimum right here. So what I'm going to do, and you might be able to already figure this out from the other program, but what I want to do is I want to I need to figure out what my interval, what my interval is. What my interval is. Okay, so it's not letting me do this. I want to know what my interval is where this minimum occurs. And I can see that it's between 2 and 3. So the buttons I need to push are this. Second button, and then above the trace it says calc. So I'm going to push second, calc. And I'm going to find a minimum, which is a 3. And the minimum I want to find, see here where it says left bound? Well, my left bound, I'm going to call it 2. And I'm going to enter that. And my right bound, I'm going to call it 3. And I could have picked any left bound or right bound I wanted to, as long as my minimum was the minimum within that interval. And you can kind of see these little arrows right up here where I'm pointing, you see right there? That those are defining the interval that I'm looking for the minimum. Now the third thing it says is, do I want to make a guess? No, I don't want to make a guess, so I just push enter, and it gives me a minimum, and the minimum is my y value at an x value. So I would write it sorry, let me get something better here to write with. Min of negative 5.12 at x equals 2.55. So the minimum value is the y value, and it's happening where the x is equal to 2.55. Well, let's say I wanted to find this maximum. Well, this maximum looks like it might be at 0, but I'm not really quite sure. So I'm going to do the same kind of a thing. I'm going to go second, calc, and now I want to find the maximum. That's 4. And let's say I want to find the maximum. Well, it's certainly between -1 and +1. So I'm going to put in my left bound at -1 and my right bound at +1. No, I can see that my interval is fine, that there's only one maximum right in there, and that's between those two little arrows. I don't want to make a guess. So in fact, it tells me my maximum is y equals 24.39. So I would say max of 24.39 at x equals 0.1957. 0.1957. So in fact, it wasn't right at the my maximum wasn't right on the y-axis. That would have told me it was at y equals 0. The last one I'm going to do here for you is this minimum over here, and I'm going to do it for a reason, because I have a feeling that our calculator is going to show us something a little bit unusual. So I'm going to go second, calc, and I'm going to try and find a minimum, and I want to find this minimum over here. Well, it looks like it's, and I can't really see it because it's, let me clear this off. I'm going to go graph. I'll start over. It looks like it's between, well, it's certainly between a -3 and -1. So I'll start over again. Second, calc, 3 for minimum. My left bound at -3. My right bound at -1. I don't want to make a guess. And it tells me that my minimum is -1.9999. Oh, no. It's saying my minimum here, the y value, is 1.04 e to the -10th. So a lot of times when we have this e to the -10th or -12th or a really big number, if you remember your scientific notation, that means I'd have to move the decimal point to the left like 10 times. And really what it is at 0, but the calculator isn't really telling me that. and this negative 1.99999, that is x is equal to negative 2. So really I have a minimum of 0, the y value, at x equals negative 2. And the reason I kind of knew that was because if I go back to my formula here, well, my formula doesn't really say it. I think earlier in this problem, there was a spot where you were finding out what the factors are of this, and one of the factors is negative 2. And so if a factor is negative 2, then that means it's a 0, so it's crossing the x-axis right there at negative 2. So that's how I know to kind of round that off. Let me know if that is not helpful enough. It probably is, but you never know. So let me know, okay?